Hello, my name is Ellie Lynch, the reporter for Gambling TV, and welcome to this week's slot selection made in collaboration with SlotBeats, where we round up some of the best titles released in the iGaming space over the past week. First up today, we have TrueLab, who in partnership with Yggdrasil, launched its latest YG Masters title, Viking Runes. Set in the deep heartlands of the Nordic warriors under the glare of the Northern Lights, Viking Runes cluster paylines can award up to 25,000 times a player's stake if 6 or more identical symbols land in a cluster. Packed with features, Viking Runes sees lightning wilds hit the reels on any spin, with up to 4 possible as more cascades are triggered, while a runic shuffle can randomly change symbol positions to guarantee a win. The Spell of Ancestors turns all low-paying symbols into the red rune, leading to potentially huge cash prizes, while Viking Sorcery adds up to 9 wilds randomly on the reels and can be triggered once per cascade. 5 or more cascades on a single spin triggers the free spins mode, where lightning wilds have progressive multipliers for mammoth wins. Up next, we have Pragmatic Play's Asian-themed video slot, Team Unjin Treasures, inspired by the Mongolian conqueror Genghis Khan. The 5-reel video slot features a Wheel of Fortune filled with multipliers, jackpots, and free spins. The Wild Switch feature is triggered when 6 or more of the same symbols land on the middle reels, transforming them into wilds. Payouts are determined by the new wilds that appear in place of the old symbols. For the bonus feature to be triggered, players will need a scatter symbol to land on the 3 middle reels. If this is achieved, then they will be transported to the Wheel of Fortune, which is covered in a variety of prizes. If a jackpot or multiplier is won, the wheel will spin again to award more prizes. Whenever a firecracker symbol lands during the free spins feature, all players will receive a small bonus that arrives in the form of additional free games, money values, wild multipliers, and jackpots. Third on our list takes players to the Age of Enlightenment in Red Tiger's most recent release, Wheel of Amp. Initially a 3x3 video slot, the title offers 25 paylines, as well as potentially growing to a 5x5 grid. Within the free spins segment, the round grants 10 free spins. During this feature, the Wheel of Amp can be activated in the same way as during the normal game. Within an active free spins round, the game will grant 5 additional spins if triggered. A win boost multiplier awarded by the Wheel of Amp doesn't reset following a win during free spins. It will apply to every free spin win for the duration of the feature and also to the first win after it. Initially, only a ×10 win boost multiplier is offered. As the player progresses in the game, more win boost multipliers are added in place of previously awarded step change segments. The Wheel of Amp offers 8 step change segments, where 4 of them will unlock a high paying symbol and the other 4 will expand the slot. After a step change segment is awarded, it will be replaced in the Wheel of Amp on future spins by a win boost multiplier. And this week's SlotBeats Slot of the Week has been awarded to Scientific Games' latest title from its long-term partnership with Hasbro, Monopoly Utility Trails. Produced by Scientific Games in-house studio, the title is a 8x7 cluster-paced slot, which includes a waterworks spin streak, community chest, and wild rails expanding wilds. The wild symbol within the game will substitute for all other symbols except the electric company bulb and the waterworks tap. Once the wild has been used in a winning combination, it will explode and disappear. If it is not used in a win, it will remain on the board during the cascade until the end of the spin. Whenever a golden wild symbol shares the same column or row with another golden wild, it will trigger a wild tracks carriage wilds, which will then replace all symbols between the golden wilds in that row or column. Alternatively, if the golden wilds form a square, then the carriage wilds will expand to cover all symbols within that square. Randomly during a spin or cascade, a 3x3 community chest symbol may land on the grid. Once this happens, the chest will open to reveal a random cash prize. Furthermore, when a waterworks tap symbol lands on the grid, it increases the gauge meter to the right of the board. This symbol will only land during the base game. Once the player has collected 15 tap symbols and filled the gauge, the bonus mode will be triggered. During the waterworks round, the game will initially spin until a winning cluster lands on the board. All winning clusters are locked in place and will remain for the duration of the mode. The game will cascade all non-paying symbols, locking in place any symbols which increase the previous cluster or create new ones. The taps located above the board may activate at any point after the board is populated. If they pour water, it will activate one of two modifiers. If there are multiple clusters of different symbols and the taps activate, all clusters will be upgraded to match the cluster with the highest value symbol. Opposite the waterworks gauge is the electronic company alternative. When a bulb symbol lands on the grid, it will be added to the meter. The bonus round is activated once 15 electric company bulb symbols land and fill the gauge. During this mode, the player is awarded 3 lives and the grid symbols are replaced with property cards, colour tiles and chance cards. Any property cards which land are held for the remainder of the feature. Any cluster of colour tiles will explode and disappear. If they match any property cards colour that are in play, then the value is doubled. Any chance cards which land are flipped to reveal either a house or hotel. The house increases the value of a random property card by ×2, and the hotel doubles the value of all property cards on the board. Finally, within this base game, if the entire board is filled with wilds, the player is awarded the off-the-rails jackpot. And that's everything for this week's slot selection. You can join us again next week where we'll have more fascinating slots circulating the iGaming sector. Bye bye!